We have, out of the 8 children of Anna and Michael, there are 4 with just 4. And so that's 16. So Janet and Tom, and then in our family there's 4. And then there were Uncle Paul and Aunt Frances and
Mary Ann and Ben.
They only had 2.
Jimmy and Jerry had the 4 girls.
Jimmy and Jerry had the 4. But I remember the 11 kids that leads to some problems sometimes. They have a lot of drama. And I know the ones of us who are just from 4, when we've gotten together, they talk about all their drama, and I remember looking at Rini once saying, so, aren't you glad we just had 4?
My mother's told my dad, I'm not Kate. I'm not having more than 3 or 4. Yeah.
She's amazing. Aunt Kate was amazing.
She was a saint.
Yeah.
Who was she married to? Kate?
Jack with the 11 kids.
There's a great
He was the
picture.
oldest. He was the
Jack
oldest.
and Kate. He was the oldest?
Yes.
And they had 11 kids.
Yes. 8 boys and 3 girls.
Wow.
Wow.
They just lost one of them this past year.
And what about Mary Ann?
She had 2 adopted children, Terry and Colleen.
And who did she marry?
Bim McGrath.
Bim
Uncle Bim, Bim, as in Mary.
McGrath, like the sleuth?
No, this is all in the chart. I think the document, right? That Dave did.
Not.
Oh, it's not. No, not my chart, but the thing that Dave sent.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't get that.
I don't have
Yeah, me either.
We need to, and I mean, Dave's good at all that stuff. I mean, I send him the tree here, but he did the shot side, but that's a lot easier. The Gannon side is it's a very full tree.
I bet it is. I have a hard time keeping up with just our side, just our little, the Robertsons, Fannings, the Brennan. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And our Holcombs, let alone like expanding.
Right.
It's full, very full. But it's exciting because my mom talked about it all the time. And
I know, mine did too.
Just all it came from her mouth.
Close.
I know they were.
Yeah.
Probably Janet and Tom are kids of one of the boys, okay? So I'm a child of one of the girls. So she would talk about the Torpy girls. So I was just looking at this and how this says the Torpy girls. And Mom would say that. And so it was fun to look at. There was one picture, Aunt Frances died not 6 months after Mom did. Okay, so they both died in 97. So their father died first in 96.
Yeah, I think, yeah.
Yes, 96.
Not even a year later, Mom died. And then Aunt Frances died not even 6 months after that. So in that year, like 15 months, three of the siblings died.
Oh, wow.
So, but Mom, there was one grouping of pictures that was from a reunion. I didn't understand was this reunion in Vermont?
I think it was in Bennington, Vermont.
DC, Bennington, Vermont. Yeah.
Yeah, because it has a hotel there. There's no real hotel in Hoosick.
Oh,
Okay, Bennington is 10 minutes away from Hoosick Falls.
okay.
It's beautiful.
Right.
Yeah.
Too,
That's
like,
what we should get to. I mean,
Yeah.
do they sell alcohol in these places? I mean, these aren't dry towns.
No, they're not right now.
Merlin Patty.
There used to be a bar on every corner.
Okay.
Too, where Patty Hughes was such an integral part of their family, Mom's family. And, I think she should be a part of this tree too, because she lived with Mom and her sisters.
Well, how was Patty Hughes connected?
She was very much an integral part of the family.
Who was she? I mean, whose was she?
Was she Annie Gannon that married Joe
Gannon.
Hughes?
Hughes, and they both died.
Anna,
Oh,
wait,
that's
Anna
nice.
Gannon? Anna Gannon?
Huh?
Anna
Annie
Gannon?
Gannon, yes.
Anna
Yeah.
She married Joe Hughes. All right.
Joe Hughes. And so she was young, and she came to live with, Mom and Rita and Betty or whatever, like as a sister. And wasn't he Joe Hughes too, the FBI agent?
Annie
was
Annie Gannon's son was Joe Hughes, yes.
Yeah. But he died,
Young
didn't
and
die,
Car
but in a
accident.
car accident.
The car accident, yeah.
Yeah, but he didn't live with grandma and stuff because he was older, and he was already an FBI agent at the time.
Right.
But Mom, she talked about her all the time, like all the stuff that they used to get into and do, and all the
Wait, so Anna Gannon,
that's close, right?
Anna Gannon and Joe Hughes had a son named Joe, and then they had Patty Hughes.
Patty.
And
Okay.
Patty was the one who married Chuck Colson.
Yes.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she just
Right.
died recently.
Yeah, she
Oh,
just
did
died
she?
in March. Yeah.
Hey, I wanted to ask you guys. So back up to your grandpa Mike and Ann, right? Is that right? Mike and Ann. Yeah.
Yeah.
He had a brother named or a sister named Rita Gannon. Do you know her? You know that name, Rita? She's one of the 8.
She was the youngest.
She was the baby.
All right, so she married. I tried to.
Jimmy Higgins.
She married this guy named Jimmy Higgins, and
I remember meeting them.
and my mom, all of the Torpies and the Brennans and they were all friends with them, and they had some kids who I invited on the call. They're cousins of yours, basically, right? I mean, wouldn't they be cousins?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Maureen
and Pat Higgins.
Butch.
One of them lives here in Tampa. I think 2 of them do. Maureen lives here
Yeah.
too.
I think Chris lives down there, or
Yeah.
Chris or Pat.
Yeah,
Pat does.
Pat lives here. Yeah.
Okay.
So anyway, those are your cousins. I was, I don't know if you even knew about them.
Jimmy Higgins, I remember. Was he kind of a character? Was he real funny?
Yeah.
He was very funny.
Yeah.
Rascal boys.
Very nice.
And I think they got together with Mom after Dad died in '83. Maybe in '87, I saw a grouping of pictures from like Venice, Florida, or something like that.
Yeah.
They ended up getting together down there.
My dad and he used to go to Busch Gardens on quite a bit of occasions, and because you could go in and get a beer or two back when it was Busch, and they had passes, so they'd meet there, have their beers, and then walk around. That was their whatever. They were funny. They were very funny. He was a nice guy, very nice guy.
Jimmy Higgins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you say, did they have children?
They had 4, I
Yeah.
think, right?
4.
5.
Five.
They had Maureen, Rita, Butch, Pat, and Chris.
Okay.
Maureen.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. You know what? I think that one of the outcomes of this, Lynn, I'm so glad that you had that test. I want to have the test too. I have a friend who.
I haven't passed a test in a long time.
I have,
Go to 23andMe or Ancestry?
there was,
Well, she did 23andMe because that's how I met her.
Okay.
Yeah.
um,
I did Ancestry, and I came up with some cousins, Richard Gannon, Ronald Gannon, and a Katie Buckholz. Do those names sound familiar?
Cindy Buckles.
Cindy Buckholz?
That's one of the Chicago, Uncle Jimmy.
Okay.
Okay.
She
She married a Buckholz.
yeah.
Cindy, was she the one that we went to the wedding to? The Cindy Sherry that we
One
went
of
to?
them was a model. Was that her?
That's Reenie.
Rini?
Cindy, that's the one I thought you looked kind of like.
An older version, very
And
old,
that was Jimmy Gannon's.
Jimmy Gannon.
Daughters, yeah.
Daughters. Okay, that's when we went to the wedding. And then, okay.
Brittany was on a VO5 can, and every time Jimmy and Aunt Jerry would come, Mom would have to put that VO5 can out. I mean,
What's a VO5 can?
Hairspray.
Hairspray.
Oh, hairspray.
Oh,
I thought it was deodorant.
I'm gonna tell your sister. I'm calling,
VO5.
I'm calling Remy.
That's cute.
Well,
That's very cute.
did you
I
guys
have
want
a
to?
question.
Oh yeah.
Are any of you on Facebook?
not me.
I try not to.
We
I
have,
am.
we have a
I am.
Torpy page, and I thought maybe we could do a Gannon page.
We're gonna do that. I just recently did put together a spreadsheet of all the 30, well, it's 36 cousins now. It's 37 because Jay's wife is on it, and so I'm probably going to expand that more and get into other stuff too. And I really think that Mary Ann and I will probably be working together on getting. I wish she would have gotten in on this. On getting more of a tree,
Yeah,
getting
paperwork.
conversations about people. I think it would be fun, especially Mary Ann and I getting together with like you girls that were, Torpy girls and daughters of Torpy girls.